Lovely to be in Goa. I think all of us, when I was getting onto the plane to come to Goa, I was feeling more relaxed. I was just like, okay, that's what this place makes you feel. And for me, this is going back so long. 14 years ago is when we had our first Rider Mania in Goa. It was, some 50, 100 people. It was it was just a few of us. It was just very few of us having fun, right? We were riding bikes in the sand, as Sachin reminded me, getting arrested because we were riding bikes in the sand or something. Was it there?
On the beach.
On the beach. And there was a bit of music, a lot of beer, and just having a blast. That's what Rider Mania was. That's what it still is. I mean, that's what it still is. It's a lot of people here just, wanting to have a good time. And I rode down from Bombay that time, and Pune, I think, I don't remember now.
Pune.
Yeah, thank you. and really, that's what it still is about. And I've come here a few times since, and that's the vibe here. I just absolutely love the vibe at Rider Mania. It's just absolutely phenomenal. Thank you guys for making it happen. Cheers. We had extremely modest beginnings, right? Like Rider Mania, which was such a tiny event when it started. Royal Enfield as well has very modest beginnings, but and we've had an amazing growth story. I mean, way beyond, honestly, any of us expected the growth story of Royal Enfield, and it's all because of you guys, right? It's because everyone has put their faith in us, and honestly, we've become a big company now, but hopefully, and that's for you guys to tell us, we don't feel like a big company. I hope we don't act like one. And that's also because we've hopefully kept ourselves grounded. We're riders, all of us, well, most of us, and the company is first and foremost riders for riders. That's what it's about. Obviously, there's a business angle. We're going to make bikes. We're going to do all that stuff. But really, it's about the experience. Our mission, if you may, our idea of what we're trying to accomplish in this company is to just make sure that every experience of yours, every experience as a rider is better, right? That you enjoy your experience with the company more, that you enjoy your ride a little bit more, and that's it. I mean, if you can have a good time riding a motorcycle, and if we don't get in the way of that, that's really what we want to do, and we want to make sure that we do that. Thank you. Cheers. Royal Enfield. We're in sync. Ladies and gentlemen, the all new round up. What's it? Interceptor 650 Twin. And here's the Continental GD 650 Twin. Thanks, guys. There's some weather turntable bikes back there, is it? Oh. Here it is, the Interceptor 650 Twin. It's all new. I was going to say in a minute, but that's not true. In a bit. When do we get to ride is what he was asking. Well, hold your horses, we'll get there. The Interceptor. The Interceptor was a legendary motorcycle in its day. It first started life in 1960 and it was mainly exported to California from the UK. It was, there you see, it was all about the heydays in California. You know, it was about...
but the culture started, as many of you know, in the 60s. Post-World War II, youngsters wanted to express themselves, they started working again, and the whole cafe racer culture started in the UK. We revived that in 2013 with the Continental GT 650cc UC, and today is the next chapter of that cafe racer culture right here. What's, of course, Siddharth, is most interesting is, of course, the ground-up new engine and chassis, which you should probably tell them about.
Absolutely. I mean, while this motorcycle epitomized California cool in the 1960s, it was legendary. But of course, you know, we've taken that idea, we've taken the concept. If you see the motorcycle, the two sides, one, it's the same engine, identical. It's got the old school character. It's an air-cooled engine. We love air-cooled. We love air-cooled. It's oil-cooled. Okay, it's got an oil cooler here. It's twin, but it's got a 270-degree crank. The air-cooled allows you to have, you know, none of those hoses. It's got lovely fins. It's got a great look. But it's also got an outstanding sound because of the 270 crank. It's got, you know, it doesn't have a thump. Everyone's like, dude, does this have a thump? It's not got a thump. You've got a thump on your singles. This has got a rumble. It's got a growl, and it's gorgeous. But what it does have is it's got on the outside where it looks quite classic and it's got cues. You see the you see this engine cover and all of that. It's got its cues from the past, but inside it's all modern. It's absolutely modern. It's got obviously a twin throttle body fuel injection. It's got an overhead camshaft. It's got 4 valves. What else? It's got a 6-speed gearbox with a really outstanding slipper clutch, which makes the whole gear shift very, very smooth. And yeah,
and ground up really means for me is that 95% plus is absolutely new. There is almost no carryover from any of the
95%
previous.
is for that. This is 100%.
This is 100%.
Because we did,
that's 95%.
Oh, well, okay. But we carried over a bit or two. But really that was only because, you know, it was a bolt or nut. But everything is different. The GT, you know, even though it looks similar to the old GT, it's got a totally different attitude. It's a bit lower, a bit longer. The tank is a bit shorter, so it's not the same tank. But we love the look of the GT, right? So we said let's retain the look, but
yeah, we've done a few things to the ergonomics. Like Siddharth said, the tank's shorter, so you can actually feel more comfortable riding it. But what we've not changed is the sporty, lean-forward, committed look, which really epitomizes the cafe racing style. And that's really what we've tried to retain. But the ergonomics have been thought about and improved in little bits and bobs on this motorcycle.
So it's absolutely modern in its construction. The parts, the technology used, the micron accuracy, and the amount of investment that we put into the product development, into the validation, into the supplier end, into the toolings, it's all of a totally different nature because we can afford it now. We can do things at a totally different level, at a global level. And all of that will give us the reliability, consistency, emission requirements around the world. But we still want to retain the old school character. The power delivery, the torque is available at 2, 3, 4,000 RPM, so that when you're riding on a daily basis, it's easy to access all the power.
And one is the performance part of it. The other is the personality. These two motorcycles, while they are from a ground-up new chassis and the chassis is common, the engine is common, but the personalities are very different. And with that, it's not just about the motorcycles, but I'm very proud to say that probably for the first time for Royal Enfield, we've been able to develop genuine motorcycle accessories, some of which you will see now, but some of it you will see when we actually bring these two motorcycles out to launch. They've been validated, tested along with the development of the motorcycles, and they come with a 2-year warranty. So you will get a lot of genuine motorcycle accessories from Royal Enfield for both these motorcycles, which accentuate the personalities or the different personalities of these two.
And all the lovely gear, Rudy, all these nice t-shirts and all that.
Yeah.
So, well, some of them are out there, go and have a look. But what we've done is, the way we've tried to put this motorcycle together is to make sure that it does the job, right? It's super agile. So in cities, you know, you can straddle it really easily. It's very easy to straddle. Okay, even maybe if you're 5'3", you can put your feet down. It's very easy to straddle this bike, and it's very agile. But on a highway, when you're going at, I don't know, 130 kilometers an hour in UK in wet road conditions, with trucks passing, you know, these big trucks, which none of us love in the highways, but it holds its own, right? It's steady.
How much have you taken it in testing, Siddharth?
Well, it crosses a ton. It crosses 100 miles an hour, so well over 160 kilometers. I've taken it to 170 plus, but
yeah,
you know, it holds its own, right?
It holds its own.
It's not about the power; it's about the accessibility of the power.
It's accessible, and I've honestly felt. I'm a novice rider, but I have ridden it and I have crossed the ton on this baby here, and there's still some left in it, right? So there's enough and more in it, but it's about accessibility, it's about enjoying, being comfortable. I think the core is that we want to retain the character of what Royal Enfield stands for and make it relevant for you guys. And you guys should be able to progress from what you're riding to something which is a nice progression, if you want it.
And it's been designed from day one for all kinds of riders. So we got novices, they find it easy to ride. It's not difficult. It's not, in fact, it's not very different in some sense from a rideability perspective from one of our singles, for example. It's quite simple, but it's also been made for the perspective that, you know, some of our test riders, now we have a technical center in UK where we have 120 plus employees. Our test riders are super bike riders. They've been riding on Dakar rallies and all that, and of course chaps like Sachin who do everything. You know, they love it because it does the job for everybody. So that's how we've kept this design in mind. But I think the most important thing is that we wanted to keep it really simple. The rolling chassis, that means the engine, the chassis, the suspension, the wheels, everything is identical between these two motorcycles. There's no change. But also what's even more important, and the learnings that we got from the past, that the identical specification, that means we've taken the specification requirement from a regulation perspective, from a customer perspective, from around the world. So this is Euro 4, BS4, ABS, twin channel, all of that, whatever you require. It's going to be the identical specification, identical parts, identical motorcycle for every market in the world, bar none. So it's going to be one motorcycle that we sell globally, and that's very much a part of our ethos, right? We want to make sure that everybody gets the best that Royal Enfield has to offer. Cheers. And that's it, guys. We're delighted to be here. We're delighted to have all of you here for this super special occasion. Turn it on? I don't have a key, but you got something up here? Huh?
We have a video where you can hear it.
Where? Alright.
Actually, we didn't expect this question. We were expecting, instead of getting a question of start the bike, we were expecting, can I ride the bike? So you caught us a bit unprepared on that.
Very soon, very soon. So, are we doing the film? Yes. There it is. Chaps, quick film.
so at Royal Enfield we try not to do too much. We try and do a few things, but we want to do them exceptionally well. We're not about super fast motorcycles, we're not about heavy cruisers, we're not about a lot of things. We're about simple, old school, great fun motorcycles. And for us, this new project, the 650 Twin, has been an absolute dream for years, maybe even over a decade.
So these are Royal Enfield's first twin-cylinder motorcycles in a very long time. The GT 650 Twin and the Interceptor 650 Twin that has true highway capability, exciting handling.
So we wanted to create something that was agile and nimble and quick steering and have fun on them. You know, they feel really fun. They're really great fun to throw around.
It's a difficult question to answer from an engineering perspective. Trying to interpret what product strategy you see as fun, then that is quite a big challenge because it's an all-encompassing word. You know, this is a bit of a first for Royal Enfield as a company, and it has to have that Royal Enfield character and be a little bit different.
So the Interceptor has a more upright ride position. It's more like a roadster style. And the GT is an authentic cafe racer, so it's got kind of that more tucked in and leaned over riding position.
Yes, we put a lot of time and energy in making sure that this is a very accessible motorcycle.
It's a step change, isn't it, in terms of performance for Royal Enfields in the modern era. We need to make sure that we give them that level of performance, but it's not too intimidating and it's approachable.
These bikes have to work all around the world in every market. So the way somebody rides a motorcycle in the UK and India is very, very different. We take all those inputs and have to try and create all that into one single motorcycle.
We've had an extended development program for these motorcycles.
It's been a big project and it's gone through many stages.
They are iterative changes that you go through step by step. The bike becomes more production representative.
I think the biggest challenge for us was developing the motorcycle to meet the performance and quality levels that we wanted to achieve.
The bikes are getting tested in India, in road conditions, in UK condition, as well as on the area track in Spain.
Yeah, there has been some good step changes along the way.
One of the best parts about the job is, you know, you get to go out there and try and break everything. Try and make it do something wrong, so then we've got something to improve.
That's the sort of extremes we go to. It covers all bases of riding level and experience.
The standout part is that the chassis is just a really nice, fun motorcycle to ride.
They're powerful, they handle, they perform beautifully, but they're also very accessible, very easy.
This is absolutely the most fun motorcycle in the entire world. And I've been riding a lot.
To make a motorcycle, you know, go around a corner and put a smile on your face, you know, that is something that, you know, you can do from an engineering perspective. You know, make it handle well, make it feel good, make it have good feedback from the road, and that, tell you as a rider, puts a smile on your face. And I think this bike is a great fun bike to ride.
Thank you all very much. Thank you. Thank you guys. Thank you for coming here. We love you all. Just a quick one. We've got many different shades. The first time we're showing the chromes. We got the chromes back there. We got the classic style here. But we also have custom styles in the Interceptor. And as you can see, there's a custom style on the GT there, but it'll also have a classic style. So we've got a few different looks of this motorcycle. And yeah. We really think they're the most fun motorcycles to ride, and I cannot wait to have all of you have a go on one of these bikes. Thank you all very much. Bye-bye.
Before you go, Siddharth, can we just have a picture here with you?
Sure.
Rider Mania, let's give 3 cheers for the new 650 Twins. Hip hip! Hooray!